parts. Scooter decks. There we are. So we've got decks. I already am. Oh no. Okay. There we go. Oh, we're live.
Yeah, I don't feel like I should be in this.
No, you should, because you've got to pass me decks and stuff like that.
That's it. Okay.
And then it's just like cool like this up, bro. So, people of YouTube, my name is Regan Thompson. I'm here with Reece Jones. We're at Syndicate Street Store. This is our new shop in Cannon Hill in Brisbane. We've also got our online store, www.syndicatestreetstore.com. And today what we're going to do is a little game called Compare the Pair. So what we're kind of trying to simulate is as if a customer was in the store and said, oh, what's the difference between this deck and this deck? But we're going to randomly select the first deck. So I'm looking at you guys, I'm spinning this around. I clicked one. Okay, it's the NV AOS V4 deck. I'm going to have to pick one of them. So I'm just going to go up and down on the drop down menu of them. Click. Did I get one? Max Peters, good. All right, the information for that's at the top. Reece is going to go get the Max Peters for me. Now go to this other tab, and I'm just going to do a little bit of a spin around, up and down, and what am I going to get? I got the Ethic Lindworm V2 deck. All right. Max Peters. Oh. Reece is just going to grab me the Lindworm V2. Yeah, that's it. Here we go. Alright, so what specs should we compare first? We'll just go from the top, I suppose, being the width of the Lindworm is 4.7, so 120 millimeters wide. And the width of the Max Peters is 4.9, so 124 millimeters wide. Now, while that's good, that this is nice and wide, what I'm actually going to do is compare the grindable width underneath of the two. So, the Max Peters grindable width is 4.3 inches, 110 millimeters wide, and the Lindworm V2 grindable width underneath is 4.25, so just a tiny bit less. So what that actually means is on the bottom of the Lindworm V2 you've got a tiny bit less grindable width, so you know what would help you for 50-50s than this. So 50-50s, this one wins by just a freckle. What's next? The length. So the Ethic Lindworm V2 is 540 millimeters long, which is 21.25, and the Max Peters length is 533 millimeters, which is 21 inches. So length, this one's got a beat. So length is going to help you with, you know, popping. Get a bit more leverage on your pops. More foot space, but does it? Let's check, because we've measured up all the foot spaces. So foot space for the Ethic Lindworm is 364 millimeters, 14.3 inches. You can probably see it just off eye here, but it looks like the Max Peters will have a little bit more. Let's see. Max Peters length, foot space 380 mil, so 14.9. So the Max Peters does win for foot space. So foot space just might be a little bit comfier for someone to have their feet further apart. Okay, what have we got next? What have we got next, Reece? It's the weight. The weight. The weight of the Max Peters is 1.4 kilograms, while the weight of the Lindworm V2 is 1.3 kilograms, so a tiny bit lighter. They've both got a really strong forged head tube, so that's good. Both integrated, obviously. Pretty much all decks are integrated these days. Head tube angle. Is that right? Max Peters' head tube angle is 83 degrees, while the head tube angle of the Lindworm is 82.5. So that's going to help with the ratio from, you know, the top of your handlebars to your back wheel, having, you know, head tube angle forward. Back 83 is more forward, more space, less bars hitting your chest, stuff like that. That's where that helps. And nose manuals, Reece, I can't nose manuals, so that's something I wouldn't think of. What other specs can we compare on this? I mean, this has got a tiny little bit of 5.0 room. I've seen people 5.0 on them. Just like it's the same as the Panda extrusion, people can do, you know, pegless ices, 5.0s on these. It's not the greatest, but it's there. Whereas on this, I would dare say you're not really going to have much of a chance getting a 5.0. You could if it was a nice, like, really square cornered ledge. What are some other things worth mentioning about the two decks, Reece?
Space at the front.
The crooks. I don't think I need the ruler to measure that. It looks like there's actually more crook space at the front of the Max Peters deck than what there is at the Lindworm, but it's definitely got a groove for crooks at the front of the Lindworm. That's good. This hasn't got much of a groove, but it's definitely a bigger, flatter space, so yeah. Price. That's a big factor. $239 for the Lindworm. It's Australian dollars in case you're watching overseas. Whereas we've got $199 for the AOS V4. So if it were me, purely for 50/50s actually, I'd probably go with this. Like, you know, the flatter and squarer the deck. That's me. Reece, if you had to pick one? I mean, it depends what kind of budget you got.
Lindworm.
Lindworm? Yeah. Any particular reason you would pick the Lindworm over the Max Peters?
Oh shit, it wasn't long, was it? Was it longer?
Yeah, this is longer.
Yeah.
21.25 versus 21. Wait. Yeah, 21. Yep. Yeah, that's longer. More foot space, but that's longer.
More comfortable, yeah.
Lindworm?
Still capable of 50s for sure.
Yeah, it still works. Alright, there you go. I'd pick the NV AOS V4 Max Peters. Reece would go with the V2 Lindworm. Let's look at these bad boys. That's probably not going to help, but you can look at the pictures online. Are you apologising to Max? I'm sure he'll understand. Each to their own. That's the reason we're doing these deck reviews. So we're going to try and do as many of these as we can. You might get one every day, you might get one every week, it depends. We'll just see how it goes. And the point is that they're at random each time. So we've just got a customer come in the store now, so I'm going to wrap up this YouTube review. Welcome to the shop, come in. Everybody on YouTube, thanks for watching, see you later.
Hey, how you going?
Good? Alright, sorry guys, nearly forgot. Got to mention the brakes. Pretty easy because both these brakes are pretty similar, so they're, you know, they're a plastic brake with a metal insert housed inside it. So this, the Envy one, it starts, you know, with the metal there, whereas the Ethic one you're going to start with plastic and you'll wear through the plastic and then you'll be hitting the metal. If you want fenders, both of these decks actually come with a fender option, so Ethic fender. Bottom mounted for the Ethic stuff, then top mounted for the Envy stuff. People mod these fenders onto other decks accordingly and stuff, so keep that in mind, but not sure how easy certain ones fit with other ones. But yeah, so with the brakes now done, I think that's all of it. Reece behind the camera over there. Is
Yeah,
that...
the brakes are both very similar. There's not much comparing to do.
No, yeah, they're just good, lightweight, nice, effective.
Yeah.
A fender option
Foot stopper.
for
Yeah.
foot stoppers.